Welcome to Starchasers Awakening Part 2. Shrunken sat roasting a fish on a stick over a fire in the centre of the camp. He found the aroma of the fish tantalising as it slowly cooked. He looked into the eyes of the one that brought him here to this new world, knowing he had been chosen. You tell me nothing of yourself. You have brought me here to this world to alter your dark future, which I am a part of, yet you won't tell me what that future is. All I know is your name. Indeed, that is all I can reveal. So, I could be in the hands of a serial killer, but by then I should be dead. With those last words, Shrunken could not help but smile. As he ate the last of the food, Shrunken spoke again. Let me tell you a tale before my time from my clan's past. I would like that, Genesis replied. We have been under attack from the Ferren, an ancient barbaric race ruled by a warrior from our world. His name was Bloodhunt. The other clans declared the peace among them was over. An internal war started between them. Genesis listened deeply interested. Blood was shed. Lives were lost, until only two clans were left. The Trail clan and the Enel clan. You remember of the Trail clan, wasn't you? Yes. My father Tristar is the leader. Anyway, the two clan leaders, Tristar and the Enel leader, Static Strike, decided for the future of their clans they would face each other in combat. The fight lasted for 6 days and 5 nights. It was spectacular. It was then that they sat down in exhaustion. They looked at each other and laughed. What happened to them? The two clans became one, led not by a lord, but a group of the wisest amongst them. It was also agreed that a group of warriors would come together to defend the shaman from the Far Ferren. They became the legendary warriors that aspired to become. Who were they? Genesis asked. Well, there were 6 in all. The leader was called Dragonblade. Who he was and where he came from was never known. He was trusted by Kayak. We were told that he was sent by the sky gods, tasked to lead us into our future. 2 warriors were given from the 2 clans, one each, before they disbanded. Cybertroy from the Trial and Firestorm from the Enel. The other 3 were the last of their races. Ultrastar and the Hoodoo Talon. Yes, I know, very taggy, but that was the name he went by. The name of the 6th warrior had been lost in time. The wise ones believed it was he who betrayed the team to Lord Repulse. This intrigued Genesis, as the past he remembered was different from this. Can you remember what happened to them? I don't know. You must try. Let me try to. And in a few seconds he really concentrated on thinking about the memories. Yes, I can, he said. Yes, replied Genesis, getting a little impatient. Firestorm was laid in a casket of ice and buried on a planet of ice, doomed to eternal sleep. To Genesis, this sounded like hibernation. Talon and Ultrastar, they were tortured by Repulse's minions, so they could locate the sacred site of the shrine. And what of Dragonblade? Genesis asked. He was killed by the betrayer. After a few minutes' silence, Shrunken spoke. How do I remember this? I am an outsider of my people. I was never taught the sacred legends of time. You remember through your shrine heritage. You're indeed becoming a child of the shrine. It had been 2 months since James had met Professor Zetch. They had learnt in that time that the aliens who abducted them were called the Nomo. The Nomo had inserted a symbiotic life form into them, which could not be removed without killing the host. The bonding with the symbiote gave each of the 5 gifts, or powers if you will. Powers they already had, but didn't have the ability to access. Zetch told them that they were hybrids, and thus were given the level class. On all worlds there exist 3 levels of life forms. The first being Terran. These are the bulk of life forms, all roughly similar with no powers not native to their world. The second class are the hybrids. They have a genetic seed of Bermuda in their DNA, giving them powers. The third class are the Star Children, known as Shrine. Their name taken from the Strakid symbiotic race that have been around since the dawn of time. Setch taught them in the use of their powers, including combat training. His intention was to be Earth's first line of defense against the Nommo. The 5 friends had also taken code names to help secrecy. James had taken the name Speedstar due to his enhanced agility. Paul had taken the name Aeon, as he had the power to fly by manipulating air molecules. Anthony was Gigabyte, master of computers. Aaron was Camustar. He could blend in with any background no matter what he was wearing. The 5th was given a code name Dragonblade by Professor Setch himself. He was a high-level martial artist with lizard-like skin, complete with a tail. This happened when he was given the dragon's teeth, 2 ancient swords. His real identity was hidden from Speedstar. The 5 of them were in combat simulation, unknowing they were being viewed. The 2 in the shadows talked. "How does our plan go, White? Is all going to plan?" "My lord, things run true to your wishes, they do. The Starliners are becoming a mighty unbeatable team." "But will they follow orders? I have told them what you informed me to. Their minds are no longer their own, in a brainwashed state they are. Follow your orders they will." "What of the other squads?" "Psyrakers and Earth Force. Earth Force 1 are nearly ready. Aquaze believes she is a human at war with a Nommo. Ground Zero and Windrush just want to fight no matter what, and Braze is causing a small problem. It seems she has a phobia of fire, and she won't use her powers." "And the Psyrakers?" "The Psyrakers are unable to work as a team. Sign and Battlecry keep fighting over who's leading the team. Branchline thinks he's a real plant, and Anodyne is so high on the drugs that activates her powers she is useless in combat." "What of Psyscream?" Yes. She craves bloodlust so much that she will turn on her teammates to feed herself." "My lord, I believe our hopes lie best with the Starliners." 2 months later, as the Starliners' training progressed, they were so engulfed in the holographic combat simulator they did not hear the klaxon or notice the flashing red lights. Gigabyte became aware first, touching the pad on the wall, interfacing with it. "What is it?" Speedstar asked. "Intruders, Sector 16, code red." The door flung open, slamming into the wall. Setch came running through towards them. "My Starliners! He has arrived at the mystery of the Nommo. Look! On the view screen, a large dinosauric-looking warrior appears, energy pulsating from his hands and eyes. "He is only one. We can take him." "This is no joking matter, Dragonblade." "Who's joking, Speedstar?" Aeon pushed them apart. "We have a planet to defend." "And?" asked Cambystar. "I suggest we do our job." With that, they ran out of the building towards Sector 16, towards the invader. It took them about 5 minutes to arrive to face their enemy. "Who are you?" Speedstar shouted. "My name is Bloodhunt. I am ordered by Lord Repulse to eliminate all the Star Children, so Hyperdrive, Stealth, and Dragonblade, you must die." "Who?" Speedstar replied. Dragonblade dived towards Bloodhunt, pulling his swords out of the halters at the same time, shouting out orders. "Speedstar, you and Aeon are with me. Camustar and Gigabyte, hold back. Your powers are no use here." The 3 of them ran towards Bloodhunt in a tight formation. Bloodhunt stood there and laughed. "This is it. You puny Terrans cannot defeat me." He pulled a blaster out from his side and fired it at Dragonblade, who was hit square in the chest, sending him flying backwards, hitting the ground hard. Bloodhunt put the gun on the floor ground, pointed at the other 2, and gestured. Don't keep me waiting, Star Children. With that, Speedstar did a flying kick as Aeon flew towards him, alongside him. As he hit Bloodhunt, it felt like he was hitting a brick wall. Bloodhunt bent down and picked him up with the scruff of his neck and tossed him to one side. As Speedstar fell, his head smashed against the ground, knocking him out. Now only 3 left. This is too easy. Back away now! Bloodhunt looked up, energy pouring out of his eyes. And who are you to scream orders to one of my magnitude? We are the Psyrakers. We are your destroyers. As this was happening, Speedstar was out cold, his mind almost gone. It is not your time, warrior of the shrine. Who? Or what was that voice? He didn't hear it. It was more like he felt it as the voice came from within. Do not be afraid, Starchild. Again that voice. This was getting creepy. Contact has been made. Shrine and host are now one. Shrine and what? Now, you must awaken and aid your friends. Speedstar's eyes opened. Not knowing how much time had passed, he looked around and saw his teammates on the floor out cold alongside the Psyrakers. 2 strangers were fighting Bloodhunt to a standstill, no one making any advances on the other. Speedstar looked at his chest and saw a yellow crystalline circle there. He then glanced back at the 3 still fighting, and then back at the crystal on his chest. It wasn't there before he was knocked out. He looked at his left palm. There was another crystal there as well. This had to mean something. Slowly he moved his hand to the crystal on his chest, making both crystals touch each other. Within seconds they lit up, a bright yellow light almost blinding him. Speedstar screamed out in pain as liquid metallic-like substance poured out of his skin, encasing him from head to toe, giving Speedstar a metallic look. When this finished, a second set of metallic plates grew from the metallic skin, forming armour as it hardened. This finished when a yellow visor slid over his eyes. Hybrid warrior, now a shrine. After those words were spoken, the pain halted. Without thought, Speedstar ran towards Bloodhunt, who swung at him. Somehow Speedstar anticipated his attack and rolled before contact was made. As he rolled through, he remembered that his staff was left back at the base. He came to a standing stance and watched as the other 2 kept Bloodhunt at bay. Again the thought of his staff came to him, and to his amazement he watched as the metallic staff grew from his arm, from which he grabbed in fluid motion, spinning it to finishing a defensive stance. He ran towards Bloodhunt again, digging the staff into the ground to propel himself towards his opponent. He hit Bloodhunt square in the chest, this time sending Bloodhunt flying towards a wall. As Bloodhunt fell towards the wall, a dark black portal opened up within which he fell through, disappearing from sight as the disc closed behind him. Speedstar landed on his feet, spinning the staff as he landed. Well done, Hyperdrive! And you are? As Speedstar said. This he realised he wasn't out of breath. We are allies and friends. My name is Genesis. This is Shrunken. You called me Hyperdrive as he did. Bloodhunt, yes, the traitor of the shaman. And yes, you are Hyperdrive. Shrine warrior, a children of the stars. You must come with us. I invite you to the Starliner. Hyperdrive turned towards his teammates who had come to watch him beat Bloodhunt. Dragonblade came over first. Well, Speed, Hyperdrive, if that is who you wish to be called. He looked at Hyperdrive's new metallic costume. I think I can speak for the rest of us when I say, seeing that it is you that links us all, together, whether it's brother or friend or even co-worker, that I will follow. You know, no matter where that leads. Aeon flew over. We had never been close buddies, but I will agree that I will come. Gigabyte almost also agreed, but Camistar was less convinced. Don't you see? Set's healed us, made us who we are. No, my destiny leads elsewhere. He turned and walked with the Siderakers back to Setch. My name, Hyperdrive, shows a new beginning for us all. I say we go to the Starliner. Genesis raised his hand, energy pulsated from it. Within seconds a portal appeared in front of the Starchasers. One by one they walked through, until only Hyperdrive and Genesis remained. Hyperdrive took one last look around, remembering all that had happened here, the good and the bad. It's time, Genesis remarked. With that, Hyperdrive began to step through. As this happened, he heard a voice in his head. It was like a telepathic message. Listen closely, traitor. Wherever you run or hide, I will find you, and then I will destroy you, brother. The disc closed after him. His only thought was sign. To be continued.